Could you explain about Russian culture and everything you know about Russia?
Everything.
Everything.
Я могу сделать на русском. Okay, I just said that I can make it in Russian, and maybe it will take me decade, 20 years. I think you should research it yourself. Staying here, you know,
I'll ask questions if you like.
Okay.
What's the official animal of Russia?
Actually, in Europe, it's known as a bear, brown bear. But in that time, in middle century, it was used to show Russia as a terrifying country, as a barbaric country that always tried to crawl to Europe, to these civilized Europeans. But I think we took it and we're fine with it. Yeah, quite like this. But now, as it's 89 regions, from Kamchatka and Chukotka to Kaliningrad region in Baltic area, we all have different symbols, different hymns, different constitutions, different nations, different languages, and all the symbols.
Very interesting. I have another question. What's the most popular religion in Russia?
Since 18th century, we got state religions, like official, made official by our queen. Surely, traditionally, for Slavic, they used to be called. Okay, for all the Slavic, it's surely Orthodox. Same to Greece religion. Christianity, but since 18th century it's Buddhism, Islam, and I guess that's it. But Christianity parted into different, like old Orthodox and new one, which is closer to Greek rituals, like three fingers to make a cross and two for an old kind.
But it's for the viewers.
Okay.
Okay. And also, how do you feel about the changes in cultures? For example, I figured that lots of woke culture coming to Russia, and the kids nowadays, like, they follow different rules. Do you like that, or you are like overwhelmed by it?
In this part of Russia, in Moscow, which is like almost geographical center of Europe, youngsters surely belong to the Western kind of thinking. But as I have many friends in the Far East, in Vladivostok, even in Chukotka, which is on Berengov Proliv, it actually have borders with the United States. They belong to the eastern part, to Japan. They travel to Southeast Asia. It's much closer for them to go to Philippines, Thailand, and Japan, and South Korea, even Northern Korea. But for us, for me, it always used to be easier to go to Portugal than to the Urals. And I've never been to Siberia, but I've been everywhere in Europe, from Icelandia to Northern Macedonia and Albania. It's much easier. But I like it because youngsters are progressiver, always progressiver than the previous generations. So that's okay. They should be so. I mean, globalization in this part is okay, but I'm for keeping nice cozy traditions. That should be so.
And lots of more questions. I'm sorry it's taking lots of your time. And the question I have is, which one do you prefer, Eastern culture or Western culture? Based on your travels, you like Western culture more, but I just want to know your
sure.
opinion.
It's I've never been to Southeast Asia, never been to Japan, and even to Siberia. But our president, not much liked by me, but still, he always answers to the point that Russia is to the east from Europe, and he always answers that Europe is to the west from Russia, because it's Russia-centered opinion, and I like both, and I really appreciate both. I appreciate when not even both, but southern as well. I get close friends in, for example, Chile, in Canada, in Basque country, which is very specific in Europe, having not any neighbor dialects, neighbor traditions. It's very, very specific. And I would go for keeping your own, and you can even change it when you're growing up. For example, I lived for 2 years in Armenia, got there really by accident, and that was very cool for me, really exciting. So specific culture, Caucasian region, which is close to southern Russian, but very new to me, as I'm for the central Russian. I would go for keeping all you have and all you can develop in yourself.
That's a great answer, and almost a political answer.
Okay. Yeah, diplomatic. Yeah.
Yeah, diplomatic. It was very diplomatic. I'm sorry if my questions are a little bit controversial, but I want to know, how do you feel about woke culture?
Say it again. What culture?
Woke culture, like LGBTQ plus.
Vogue? You said Vogue? You mean dancers? Vogue?
Woke cultures, like LGBTQ plus, these new genders and stuff.
I just never heard of Vogue abbreviation, but LGBTQ plus is really fine to me. Most of my classmates, girls, actually lesbians, and I still have friends, couples living together.
Give me a second. I'm fine with them too.
Okay. But now, as you maybe know, they got all the laws more and more, less and less loyal, really many restrictions, and
That's my problem with them too.
that is not cool at all. That is not cool at all, and due to the war and anti-gay laws, I get many friends left for abroad. About 85% of my closer circle is not in Russia now, and that is great problem to me. I have now friends from Canada to New Zealand, and I even try to get them linked online, calling and saying, look, there is my friend in airport of, for example, Helsinki or Barcelona. Just go and make new friends. You can help each other and so on. I mean, not all gays, but just those who left for different reasons, but mostly political, which is this anti-LGBTQ plus laws as well. And I hope that will change soon. Yeah, should be so.
Actually, recently Vladimir Putin announced that LGBTQ is part of the country and they should be treated as well, and they have human rights. I will cut that out.
You don't have to listen to everything.
So is that
Politicians
true?
say.
Yeah.
The truth that he told so, yeah, that he told us so, but it's not what really happening.
So it was just a political announcement, like.
We're having a presidential campaign now. In March, we have voting for president, and all of the candidates trying to show that they're doing their best, and they can tell you everything.
So it's
All you
just
can- all you-
because of the boots, right?
All you want to hear. Yeah, should be so. I just don't feel so.
We switched the cameraman.
Yeah. Thank you for the interviewing.
I will ask one more question.
That's fun. Ah, okay.
How do you feel about Iranians and immigrants in Russia? A bit closer.
And I spent
Because
last
of the microphone.
hour in this crowd with you. I felt really warming, and I met Iranians before, so it wasn't like
Anything.
exotic to me. And as I live in the biggest megalopolis in Europe, I used to meeting people from everywhere, from Micronesia, from Haiti, from all over the Europe, Northern Africa, Central Africa, and when I used to study in my first university, I was the only one Muscovite in my group. So 35 people were from everywhere. Oh, this is really what I used to.
Your favorite country?
Russia.
After Russia. Beside Russia.
I like mountains and I'm in love with Switzerland. However, I don't know any Swiss guys. Just the country and its architecture and its nature.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And which one do you like? Living in cities or living in jungles or living in mountains? Do you
Countryside.
like,
Yeah.
so you like isolated life?
Since maybe after my 20s, I started to like countryside more. I have dacha. It's what we called for summer house, countryside house, and I started to develop it. I make a big garden. I spent a year and a half for getting trees, different ones, cherries, apples, everything, all the berries. It's actually Moscow, but quite apart. And I would change this megalopolis life to it. But previously, I was keen on like skyscrapers and all the. I really need culture, theater and museums, universities, and so on, meeting people. But I would prefer to spend most time in the countryside. Yeah.
Me too. He's a really special person. I'm not gay, I'm just saying. Okay, and another question for me. Do you want to share your social media with people?
Yeah. Okay. You can leave it somewhere above the video.
Yeah, but we can tell them also.
Juvento, the nickname on Instagram, which I actually don't visit a lot. UVENTO. On Telegram.
UVENTO.
Yeah, Juvento. On Telegram as well and everywhere. Yeah, Vkontakte is Russian social network.
So if you want to talk to this special person, just need to contact him. There's a few persons like him.
Okay, nice
And
meeting you.
And I'm very happy to
Yeah.
meet him and get all of this valuable information from him.
Looking forward.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.